Hi, my name is Daniel.dalmolin and I'm a financial advisor and financial planner here with Global Financial Consultants in Singapore. Today's topic, I'd like to discuss, have you stress tested your retirement plan? Retirement planning, what could go wrong? So what are the main reasons people retire? Number one, they have found their financial freedom, they have enough money to retire, and they've pulled the pin, so to say. The other reasons people retire might not be so positive. Number one, they've returned home because they want their children to go to a local school or to a local university, and when they've returned, they've realized there's not the job market there for them, and they've been forced into early retirement. Number two, they have returned home to look after a family that might not be very well, and at the same time can't find a suitable job and are forced into retirement. And number three, they themselves might not be of good health or have some chronic illness. They can't go back into the workforce full time, so they've been forced into early retirement. So more recently, I've also seen people who've become redundant. So usually being redundant in your mid-50s means that you're going to struggle to find another job depending on which sector you're in. So there are good reasons people retire, and sometimes there are negative reasons that people are forced into retirement, and usually that means they're forced into retirement earlier than they had planned. If that happens to you, are you ready for retirement 3, 5, 8 years earlier than your original plan? What happens if in retirement or a year in retirement the market's correct? That means you have your numbers that add up correctly, you have enough money to fund your retirement to 90 or wherever, but there is a massive correction in the markets. Have you checked, have you stress tested your investments and all your asset pots? How would they hold up in a situation like we had in 2008, 2009? This could create a lot of stress and a lot of pressure if your assets all correct by 20 or 30%. Change of location for retirement. I see this a lot recently where people have come to me and said, originally we're going to retire in Australia or the UK or somewhere, and they've changed their retirement location. Now this can be good because sometimes the retirement location changes to a country that has a lower cost of living. So please be careful if you're going to change your retirement location later on, that you can afford the cost of living in that location and you can afford the cost of healthcare in that new location. The next point you need to consider is inflation. At the moment, you hear a lot of news about inflation starting to increase or going back to higher levels. Is your portfolio or are your retirement lump sum stress test for inflation? Can you maintain returns above a higher inflationary mark? Next point is longevity. With modern science and everybody wearing a Fitbit or a Whoop or an Aura today, people are a lot healthier than probably they used to be. What happens if you maintain a good lifestyle and you reach an age of 95 or 100 before you pass away? Do you have funds to fund that type of retirement landscape? And lastly is taxation. If you're going to retire to a location that's outside of your home country, have you considered how each of your investments or retirement investments stack up according to local taxation? Some countries don't like people who retire there having money offshore. Other countries do. Have a look, each and every one. You need to check this. Okay, that's all for me today. If you'd like any help with these retirement plans, if you'd like to have a stress test of your retirement plans, also happy to help answer any questions. Please reach out. If you like these videos, if you can subscribe, would be great. Be in touch next week. Thank you.